Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at the new Xiaomi Mi Max 2. So let's quickly get started. The box that you're looking at costs about $290. It's the 4GB plus 64GB variant. Now I got it from the website called GearBest and I'm going to leave a link to buying this in the description below, so in case you guys are interested. Also, I'll leave a coupon code for those who are interested. You can avail this coupon code and get a discount on the device. Now let's quickly go ahead and unbox it. The box is pretty typical as far as Xiaomi products are concerned. You do have the 4GB plus 64GB mentioned here on the box. But you'll see that there are some more specifications on the back, but everything is in Chinese. So I'm just going to quickly cut through and see what all is inside the box. First thing inside the box is the phone itself. Let me get rid of the plastic packaging. And if we go further in, we do have some documentation and the SIM ejector tool. Now the documentation too is in Chinese, so I'm just going to leave it to the side. And if I go further in, you have the USB wall charger. Now the wall charger is capable of 5 volt, 9 volt and 12 volt up to 1.5 amps. So you can get some quick charge out of this device and you get up to 3 amps as far as 5 volts are concerned. You also get a standard USB to USB Type-C cable inside the box. The port at the bottom has been updated on the device. That is everything from the box of the phone itself. Let's take a look at the device. Now over at the front on the Xiaomi Mi Max version 2 is a 5 megapixel f2 sensor. Next to that is the earpiece along with a couple of sensors, and below that is a 6.44 inch 1920 by 1080 pixel IPS LCD display. Now giving you a total of 342 pixels per inch. This display also has Corning Gorilla Glass 4 as far as protection is concerned. Now just under the display is the main home button, which is a capacitive button, which is flanked on either side by a multitasking button and a back button. On the bottom of the device is a USB Type-C port, which is flanked on either side by two grills. One is a speakerphone and one is a microphone. Over at the right is the power button and the volume buttons, and the power button is not textured, although I would have liked to see that. On the top is the infrared blaster along with the secondary noise cancellation microphone, along with the 3.5mm headphone jack. Over at the left is the SIM tray, which will accept 2 SIM cards. Both of them are going to be nano SIM cards. On the back of the device is a 12 megapixel f2.2 camera. It does have dual LED flash and it can capture 4K video up to 30 frames per second. The sensor in itself is a 1/2.9 inch sensor with a large 1.25 micron pixel size. Let's quickly turn the device on and set it up. You can set up your fingerprint sensor, which sits on the back of the device in the center while turning on the device. And then you also get some theme options when you're setting up the phone to set up the kind of theme that you want for the phone. Now once we boot up the device, we can see that it's running Android 7.1.1 out of the box with a global variant of MIUI 8.5. Now GearBest will ship this phone out with an international ROM installed or a global ROM installed for your convenience. So you can choose the international version, the one that I picked, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below like I mentioned earlier. The user interface is pretty Xiaomi-like, so you get MIUI, which has all the apps sitting on the main home screen, along with certain customizations and things like one-handed mode that allow you to use the phone with one hand that you can set up from the settings panel. The phone also has abilities to create a second screen or a second space, and also has the ability to clone apps, so you can have 2 instances of Facebook and 2 instances of WhatsApp running on this device. Considering that you have 2 SIM cards in there, you can use 2 instances of WhatsApp using the dual apps feature. Now as far as the camera is concerned, the 12 megapixel sensor seems to be pretty sharp. It does have an f2.2 aperture. I would have liked to see slightly more, but it seems to do a fairly good job in our initial impressions. The camera user interface is much like any other Xiaomi product in the past. You can jump into modes and switch between lots of shooting modes, including a panorama, timer, an audio mode, a full manual mode that gives you manual control over your ISO, white balance, etc. And you also have something called a straighten shot, which will help you straighten out your subject before you click a picture, always getting your picture horizontally flat. You also have a beauty mode along with a 1:1 square, and then in video you can also shoot a standard video along with slow motion and time lapse. The standard video can be up to 4K at 30 frames per second. Out of the box, you do get updates to the software, the system software, as well as lots of updates to the included Google apps that you should upgrade to get things like the Google Assistant, etc. The phone also has a massive 5300 mAh battery that should power your device for a fairly long time, and I'm going to be checking it out in depth. Now the new design is rounded off and feels really comfortable in the hand. There are several changes when compared to the first generation Mi Max, even though the inherent size and style of the phone is the same. The phone is about 7.6 millimeters in terms of thickness and about 88.7 millimeters or about 3.5 inches in terms of width, which is fairly large, and if you don't have large hands or if you have exceptionally small hands, you'll have a slight problem holding and utilizing this phone. It also weighs in at a hefty 211 grams, so this phone is not for everyone. Now, for those looking for a full review of the Mi Max 2, we're going to be doing that shortly. And if you have any special questions or queries regarding this device, you can drop them in the comment section below. Now, the global variant is also unlocked to GSM as well as CDMA. So if any of you still use CDMA, you can use this phone without any problems, and it works globally in markets like the US as well. Stay tuned for our full review for the Mi Max 2. For any questions, you can visit iGyaan.in. You can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. This has been Bharat Nagpal. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to hit that like button if you like this video, and make sure to hit that subscribe button along with the bell notification icon to get notified each time we upload a new video in case you haven't already done so. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.